Hello everybody. I know I haven't released a lot lately. That's because my laptop, it's getting really slow and it's getting a lot harder to edit videos. But don't worry, I'm going to be releasing videos a lot more frequently once I get a fucking new one, which will be very soon. But enough of that, let's just get back on the slow boat to hell that is Buzzfeed.
My balls! I don't want my balls sticking to my legs!
Already learning a lot.
Manspreading is when a man spreads his physical body to take up as much space as humanly possible.
Oh, really? I thought this video would be about something ridiculous like feminism.
The people around you are relegated to a very small portion, but the key to manspreading is not noticing.
And apparently the key to being a feminist is not noticing the footage you've collected for your First World Problems video doesn't show any men taking up women's space.
We grow up on two different tracks. People who manspread just are socialized not to worry about it.
No. I have so many vivid memories as a child of my mum telling me to close my legs.
Bullshit.
With gender, we're constantly working towards trying to get to this middle.
This week of manspreading is definitely going to make me feel anxious. As much as a super strong feminist, I want to say it won't.
Judging by these titans of womanhood, the title super strong feminist holds the same significance as super strong durable toilet paper.
Kind of secretly hope to annoy some men. That's my first train trip as a manspreader. I just feel like a monster already. How can you do this every day without being conscious of it?
My balls! My balls!
I just manspread on the bus for maybe a 5-minute ride for the first time, and it wasn't even half full, and I was already getting glared at, so I think this is going to be a kind of long week.
Funny how they didn't get footage of all the chastising faces of onlookers. It's almost like they're lying, so they can continue plopping out videos that pander to the lowest common denominator, being their fan base. Nah, I'm pretty sure manspreading is a threat to all womankind, and I'm just some stupid brainwashed woman.
It's day 2 of manspreading.
Not I
think whenever a woman takes up space, she's considered bossy, she's considered aggressive.
No.
There are a lot of stereotypes surrounding black women and whether or not we're angry or we're dominant. And so maybe a lot of the reasons why I do minimalize my presence is because I don't want to be perceived or engage with those stereotypes.
I don't want to be associated with negative black female stereotypes, so I decided one day that instead I would be associated with negative feminist stereotypes, because that, brothers and sisters, is the way to progress.
I just got my nails done, and I manspread during my entire manicure, and nobody really seemed to notice. I'm not sure if it was because it was all women and we were just all kind of in our own world or what.
The last time I checked, women weren't huddled up against each other while getting a manicure. That might have been it. You fucking dummy. Also, you single-handedly proved that women are not as emotionally fragile as feminists and don't give a flying fuck about spreading legs in public.
You fucking dummy.
I'm halfway through the week and really not enjoying this experiment at all.
I am not liking this experiment. It's just... no one's as bothered by trivial shit as I am. How am I supposed to prop up my fragile ego if no one's going to impress me?
What is it between their legs that's so important?
Balls!
I saw a guy who was taking up 2 seats. When I sat down, I spread my legs out, which kind of pushed his leg into his own seat.
You don't have to take my word for it. Just look at this footage of the incident that we never got.
Women are expected to be quiet, small, and almost invisible, whereas men can be these boisterous slobs, and it's all good.
Why the fuck you lying?
Today, instead of feeling the confidence that I've kind of been feeling the rest of the week, I started to feel a little guilty. While I was sitting there taking up 2 seats, a guy came up to sit next to me, and instead of moving over like I normally would, I kind of just had to sit there with my legs out, and instead of saying something to me, he just sat on the edge of the seat the entire time.
Oh my god, so like this guy who was like probably coming home from something called manual labor. I'm not familiar with it. He wanted to sit, but because I'm a pampered, self-involved bitch, I couldn't be bothered, so he didn't say anything, and he ended up sitting on the edge of the seat the whole time, and I started feeling like guilt? What's the word? Guilty? I don't know, it's like emotion and stuff, like whatever. I don't know, but in that moment, I felt like he was like human and stuff, and deserve to be treated like one. I mean, it's so wild. I mean, you learn new stuff every day outside of the Starbucks. I mean, it's so crazy.
Even though I'm a confident person, I tend to make myself small even when the situation doesn't call for it. And I kind of felt uncomfortable manspreading even though there was no one around me.
That's because you're an imbecile.
I've not enjoyed this week at all. The very first day where a group of people came on, they were going to a game and they were all desperate for a seat and I was taking up 3 seats and they started talking about personal space. All their eyes were just on me and they were mostly women.
Oh my god, how come manspreading didn't grant me the privilege and satisfaction it gives men? I've totally gotten my comeuppance and I don't even realize it because my head is so far up my own arse.
If it was a group of dudes, I would have been like, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Stop.
I thought that manspreading would kind of give me this air of disregard because I thought that I worried too much about what people think, and I've realized that I worry just enough. You should be concerned with whether or not the people around you are comfortable because that means you're a good community member.
Comfort is only reserved for women and children. Men who need to spread their legs to feel comfortable and, so they don't squish their balls together.
They can roast in hell.
To the man that's taking up too much space on a bus, on the plane, on the bench, we see you. You don't need that much room. To the young women out there, I say you should definitely be aware of your surroundings. If there's something that you want, if there's something you want to say, if there's a position that you want to hold, take up that space. You deserve that space.
That's right, ladies. Obnoxiously take up his space. But under no circumstances should you ever politely ask a man to close his legs slightly to make room for you like a normal person would. Because that would require social skills, which we are not equipped with. And, men would probably rape the fuck out of you if you ever tried to speak out in any way. Because that's how the world is, obviously. According to Buzzfeed.
Stop.